Hi, Sam. Thank you for taking the time today to speak with me.
No worries. All good.
So, Sam, you have been a part of our Forever Fit and Fabulous program for the last 90 days. I'd love to just talk to you for a few minutes about how you found the program and what results you got for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you wouldn't mind, just a minute or so, tell us a little bit about who you are. Who are you?
Okay, well, I am a mother and wife of 3 children. I've been married for 28 years, I think it is. I work full-time in administration, and my hobbies include calisthenics, camping, bushwalking, and I'm also a committed Christian, so I follow that sort of lifestyle.
Thank you. So, I'd really like to hear, before we talk about the program, I'd really like to hear just for a minute about what life was like for you before you joined Forever Fit and Fabulous. So why were you seeking help with your health?
Yeah, okay. So I was happy with my life. Everything has been going pretty well for me in life in general. But as approaching middle age, 40, 50 years of age, just found that the weight was just stacking on a little bit, and just wanted to lose that. And I was able to lose the weight if I committed myself to, an 8-week program or something. But I would find when I would finish that program, the weight would come back on because I would relax and go back to my older habits or something like that. So I was looking for something that was more long-term, that I could lose the weight and then keep it off and maintain the weight that I wanted to be
at. Yeah. Okay. That's a very, very common problem. That's something I hear a lot of. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons why I created this program, because the weight loss programs are easy. You just follow a plan and you do what it says, and it's easy. It takes 12 weeks.
Yeah.
But the real damage, is then done afterwards, isn't it?
I did a number of programs, and each time the weight would come back on, and it would be more every time. So that got very disheartening. And then you'd have to start again.
I can imagine. So, taking that on board and into consideration, how has then being a part of this program changed the way that you view dieting, changed the way that you view your health and your weight loss goals?
Mm-hmm. It was a whole mental change for me, learning how my body reacted to the food or exercise, rather than comparing myself to friends who were doing the latest fad diet or whatever it might be. And rather than comparing myself to them, I had to focus on me. And once I did that and took away that barrier, that's when results changed for me. Learning and understanding how my body works, and not what someone else is doing, and not worrying about what other people think as well. So, and sticking to one thing, not jumping from one to another. So that's, you start some program and then you're on Facebook and you say, oh, this fantastic program. Oh, let's try that. So you give up halfway through. So that sort of thing. Sticking to what works for you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you've kind of been not forced, but you've had the opportunity to get to learn your body. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah. And understand it, and what impact food has on you. So different foods, different types of sugars. Because there's sugar in everything we eat, but a processed sugar is not as bad as a fruit sugar, or vice versa. But how that affects my metabolism and what it does for me or doesn't do for me.
Yeah. Good. I'm so glad you shared that. Thank you. Because they are the pillars of the program. That's exactly why it's here, to help ladies understand why their bodies are doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Has it Has it changed your family lifestyle at all?
For me, my children are all young adults now. So in this particular year, I would say not dramatically. But what they've seen is me finally putting myself first. They've always been very supportive of anything I've wanted to do, especially in their teenage years. But I never did that. I always put everybody else first. So once I changed that and said, well, no, I'm not going to be doing that for you because I'm going for my walk. They were like, oh, that's fantastic, Mum, off you go. You go do your walk. I'll make my own lunch for tomorrow. You know, that sort of thing. So it hasn't really changed their lifestyle. It's probably made them have to step up and do a few more things around the house because I was like, well, I'm not doing that. I'm the time. I'm going for my walk.
Yeah. I love that.
Well, it's about time they stepped up and did their own thing anyway.
Yeah, see, it's not just about you. You've helped them as well to sort of become their own.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And Sam, when we first started working together, you were in the zone of counting calories as well as eating quite low calories, but still not seeing the results that you wanted to see. It's very fair to say that you were frustrated, you were fed up with, and like you said before, you were going from one diet and then back up again, another one, back up again. Now I do watch you and I am in awe because you have invested, like you said, your time and into yourself. You have a totally different mindset around your health, around your food, your movement, and what it is that you can achieve. Would you mind sharing with us what you think was the point of difference or the turning point? What changed for you, or what are some of the things that you learned?
Yeah. The biggest turning point for me was understanding that I need to eat at my TDEE to fix my broken metabolism to start with. And once I fixed that, then constantly eating at that TDEE to lose weight. And that blew my mind because I had to eat more calories to lose weight. Whereas before, like I said, I was eating low calories and I wasn't seeing any results, it just was very frustrating. So to be told, well, actually, you need to eat more healthy food and constantly, it didn't compute. It didn't add up in my brain. And it honestly, it probably took 4 weeks of trusting the program and trusting that you knew what you were talking about to actually see a result. But I had to have faith that you knew what you're doing. I'd invested my time and my money into the program. So I was like, well, you know what? Nothing else has worked. So I'm giving this 110%. And slowly, it was slow, but slowly but surely, the weight started to shift and the measurements changed. And that's still happening today. So that was my turning point. Once I saw those results happen, I was like, wow, this is scary. You know, because all our life we're told, you know, eat less.
Eat less, move more.
Move more. Yeah, you got to move more always. But the fact that I had to eat more, and I can remember saying to my husband at one point, oh, I haven't got my calories in for today. He goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, I've got to eat a certain amount. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So it was, that was my turning point.
That's amazing. I remember having those conversations with you. You were like, I can't eat all this food. And then, you know, if you don't mind me getting into the specifics a little bit, I think you were eating around the 1,400 calorie mark when we started, and you got yourself solidly at the 1750 mark.
Yeah.
And then when you decided, right, that's it, I'm good now, I want to lose a couple of kilos, did you drop back down to 1,300?
No.
What are you now and still working towards your goal?
Yeah. So I dropped slowly to 16 and then 1,500, but increased movement as well. And the weight is just slowly. It's not fast, and I don't want it to be fast. But each week there is a loss at the moment while I'm doing that. But shortly I'll stop that and I'll go back to my TDEE to maintain for a while.
Yeah.
And then if I want to lose a bit more later, I'll go back to that to just get to the number I want to get to, or the size measurement where I'm comfortable.
You don't, so it doesn't have to be 1,300 calorie.
No,
you're losing more weight and getting closer to your goal, eating more food than you were before.
I know. Yeah. It's just like, it's like a light bulb.
I love that for you. Like, that is everything.
And I honestly don't feel like I'm on a shred or a diet. I have not increased my exercise other than what I do daily, which is yoga in the morning and half an hour, 40-minute walk in the day. And I can do that each day, but there's always a break where I don't do that. So it's not an everyday exercise. But I'm not going to the gym and doing a 40-minute hour workout class. I'm not running myself into the ground with exercise. It's something that I can maintain daily forever, which is a walk and a 20-minute yoga stretch.
Yeah, wow. Wow. And yoga is so important too. And you've got your calisthenics as well. So your body's moving for sure. And you've seen amazing results now with your health and your wellness that we've talked about, and the way that you approach putting yourself first. And I hope that you're proud of that, because you should. You took the time to put you and your health and your wellness first. And I can honestly say, like, I'm a teary person, so like if I tear up, that's but watching your journey, I'm going to be brutally honest, Sam, every week that we check in, you've got a new positive and a new win, and it's just so lovely. It's been beyond an honor to do this journey with you.
Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you. Your support has been fantastic.
But I'd also like to know what's changed for you, if anything else, emotionally or mentally, as a result of being here in the program, like in your thought processes around who you are and what you can achieve, or?
Yeah, well, as I've probably highlighted a little bit, I've now learned to be happy in my own skin and accept me for me, and I'm enough for me, and I don't have to live up to anybody else's expectation or that picture, on Facebook or whatever it might be. I am who I am, where I am for a reason, and I'm happy with that, and I've accepted that. And I think as we accept that concept, things mentally change in your own mind and things happen for you.
Yeah.
And this program is going to be part of that, setting daily habits, goals that now are just part of my routine, which I don't even have to tick off anymore. They just happen.
Yeah.
It's nice to tick them off, because we feel good when we've ticked our to-do list.
The accomplishment. Yeah. It's nice not to think about too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to know that that alarm goes off now at 6 a.m. and I just get up. I don't roll over and go, oh, please, just 10 more minutes. I go, no, I'm not doing yoga, so off I go. Yeah.
Amazing. That's a huge mental shift. Huge.
Yeah.
Wow. What's one thing you've learned while on this journey that is gonna stick with you? Something that wasn't there before.
Yeah, well, that's easy. That's the TDEE and eating that higher amount of food to fuel my body in the correct way. And when I say eat more food, I do mean healthy food. I don't mean takeaway or chocolate or stuff like that. But I've found that I'm not craving that sugar high anymore. Okay. And when I do have chocolate, a couple of rows of chocolate or whatever it might be is enough. I don't have to eat the whole block. So that's what's helped with me. But yeah, before this program, I did not know that I needed to eat more food to lose weight. So that's my massive learning curve.
Yeah. And I'm sure you would have seen it around. We talk about it a lot in the Inner Fit family about not eating so low, but I don't think it sinks in until you do it.
No, it doesn't, because we've all been conditioned to the other way of thinking, and it's a diet. Well, it's not a diet for me. It's been a change in my eating habits, and that's how I eat now.
Yeah. Do you think you can maintain it forever now?
Oh, easily.
So
And now it's just second nature, and it's not something I think about. It's easy to do. I don't feel like I'm on a diet.
excellent. Forever fit and fabulous.
That's right.
You are. I've got one more question for you, my love.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to any beauty who is on the fence about jumping into this program and trusting this process? What would you say to them?
Well, I was very much on the fence when I found your program. I'd just say go for it, because I've now done it. I did jump in, and I don't regret it for a minute. I know it's an expense that a lot of people would and ah about, but if you don't invest in yourself, you will never see improvements. It was something that I had to, I suppose, justify to my family, or not my family, but my husband. And there were a few moments where he'd be like, "Oh, it's a lot of money," but I'm like, "Yeah, but this is my health. This is an investment for me." And where I was 3-4 months ago to where I am now, it's been worth every dollar. And I feel that if you don't pay for something, or you don't invest the money, and I think by investing the money, then you invest yourself fully, because you know you've paid the money and you want to get the most out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I sort of calculate it in my head. But trust the process, trust Amelia. She knows what she's talking about, 100%. And her support is amazing.
Thank you. And you've invested your time, you've invested your knowledge base as well. And look, you've come out. It has been it's a privilege to have spent this time with you and watch you fly.
Well, I've got to keep flying. So
you're up there. You're just soaring now. You're just gliding. And I can't wait to watch how you navigate from here. Now that you've got all the tools, and like you said, the habits, they're ingrained in your daily routine, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Sam.
No worries.